So we're here with Anthony Connor. Now, Anthony, you had an ACL injury before any of this neck injury stuff happened.
Yes.
So obviously a neck injury is going to be more severe physically than an ACL, but how did that compare emotionally?
I mean, both of them was an emotional experience. It's just because one was the end of a season, but the other one is the end of the career. So you know that automatically is a mind-blowing experience. So it's not even explainable. Like, I just wish it would never happen, but I'm also glad that I was allowed to walk away from the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. So I heard that the night before the game, you had actually stood up and said some stuff to your team, say that, and then do you think that had anything to do with, standing up right before this injury happened? Do you think any of that had an impact?
Yeah, I mean, because, like, it was a very emotional moment. Like, no one was talking. So I just was like, I have to stand up and say something and address the situation that we have as a team. And we always speak today, not tomorrow. So I just never thought that would really apply to me, you know. So I was starting to believe in it, but I just wanted to go out and give my all, and happening that game was my last game. So it was a roller coaster, as you can imagine.
Oh, yeah. So do you live by that motto now, today, not tomorrow?
Yes.
Absolutely. So what was going through your head when you woke up on the field after you got hit?
Well, it was like funny because I'm thinking like, whoa, this play is taking forever, you know, because and then I just heard Coach Strong like, you okay, buddy, you okay? And I heard my other coach like cracking a joke saying, oh, you better be hurt, you better be hurt. People from Houston is so soft, like he just was trying to coat me, make me laugh and things like that. So I didn't really think it was that serious.
Yeah, because you could move everything,
yes,
right?
And I just felt it was like a cramp in my neck. So I was like, okay, I might have just strained something. I didn't think it was that serious, but we just took the right precautions and took me to the hospital, and that's when I found out that I got hurt, that I broke my neck.
Which is amazing that they took you to the hospital anyway. So
yes.
Then when you realized that this was going to be a career-ending injury, obviously it wasn't just a cramp in your neck.
Yes.
You couldn't laugh about it anymore.
I know.
So what was going through your head at that point? Like, what do you do?
I just was, at first, just leaving it in God's hands. And, of course, think to yourself, like, why me? I've been playing this game for all my life or whatnot, and I wanted to go to the next level like any athlete would, but that's why in my motivation to speak, I preach like that you never know what can occur, so I always get your education. So that's mostly what I was thinking. What was my next move, my plan B?
Right. So what is your plan B now?
I have like a couple of things on the table. I've been offered to come coach at at a junior college I used to go to. Also, the old head coach and the old defensive coordinator for Louisville, Craig Thorpe and Coach Guy, they also called me and asked me was I interested in coaching. So, like, it's just a few things I got, so far. But
so you definitely want to stay?
Yeah, I'm open to any opportunity, that I can utilize my talents.
Right. And you mentioned now that you do motivational speaking. Did you ever think that you would be speaking to high schools and all different kinds of players across?
No, because I'm a soft-spoken guy, Like, it took a lot for me to, like, stand up in front of my own players and say things, so like, it's not really in my characteristics to, like, it's not how I am to speak loud, but shoot, I want to tell my story and to help other people out. So it's, I guess, one of my talents I got to utilize and force myself to do so.
It's one of those talents you never even knew you had, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you rode out on the field first time, and the crowd just went crazy. I cried. I'm not going to lie to you. I was at that game and I cried.
Yes.
So how do you stay so strong during times like that? Like,
I just, I mean, to think about it or whatnot, when I was in the hospital, Eric LeGrand, he called me, and he was like, that's the player from Rutgers that got paralyzed in the play. And he was so positive, and, you know, I can just hear the joy he still had, and this a man that's paralyzed. So I'm thinking to myself, why should I be stressed and, you know, still holding my head low when this guy that can't even walk anymore, I'm blessed enough to walk. So I was like, no, I just have to move on and, you know, tell my story and help other players. And that's why I'll just keep looking at the situation in a positive light.
That's amazing. So you became a huge motivation for not only the Louisville football team, but people all around the country. So, you know, with U of L making it to the Belk Bowl, just making it there after the beginning of the season that they had and the injury that you had, did that make you proud? How did that make you feel?
I mean, it was a bittersweet, you know, because I was thinking, like, my second bowl game, I didn't get to play in the Belk Bowl or the Betty Bowl, so I'm like, no. So, well, before Brady Bowl, excuse me. And I didn't get to play in that, so I was like, but I was happy to see my guys fighting, you know, not only for me, but for themselves, and to come together like that. That's the only thing I wanted from the beginning, was us to be successful and have each other back, so I was proud.
Right, that's awesome. So who do you consider the most motivational person to you? You know, you have been a motivation and an inspiration to a ton of people. Who is your inspiration?
I must say my mother. I mean, because once I was like 6, my daddy passed, so she was a single mom raising me or whatnot, and she like so strong or whatnot to deal with me. So that's another reason I wanted to go to the next level to help her, you know, since she was so strong and do whatever it takes to help me out. So that's my motivation.
That's so awesome. So U of L ended with a loss at the Belk Bowl. What do you think is next? The spring game's coming up. The schedule just got released. What do you think is next? Is this going to be another rebuilding year? Do you think that U of L is going to take it?
I mean, we as coaches, as a coach, Coach Strong, he preached we're not regressing. So we was co-champs, so I want us to be single champs. We have a lot of talent, you know, that done grew up, so I think they can take it all away this year, you know, and be that single Big East champ, you know. If not even, they can go on and win the bowl game, Orange Bowl, this year. So I think I see big things for us this season.
Good. I hope you're right.
Yes, I really do.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Anthony. Okay. And, you know, we'll be back in the fall. Thanks.